Every day we rely on something we give so little thought to. Something we've come to think of as always being there. A service we don't think of until it's not there or until we receive our bill. We're talking about electricity. It was in 1882 that Thomas Edison opened America's first electric generating plant in New York City. In less than 100 years, our way of life forever changed. Yet, how soon we forget there was a time before electric lights, refrigerators, and washing machines, when a simple task for us today was a major undertaking for others. For many people in rural areas, life before electricity is more than just stories, but vivid memories as well. It was 1941 when Alabama Electric Cooperative was formed by 12 electric distribution cooperatives. The mission then, and our mission today, is to generate a ready supply of electricity at the most affordable cost for our 21 member systems who serve 39 counties in Central and South Alabama and 10 counties in Northwest Florida. In turn, AEC's member systems provide electricity to more than 270,000 homes, businesses, and industries. With headquarters in Andalusia, Alabama, AEC operates the Charles R. Lohman coal-fired plant in Leroy, Alabama, the compressed air energy storage plant in McIntosh, Alabama, the McWilliams coal-fired plant near Andalusia, Alabama, the Gant hydro plant in Gant, Alabama, the Point A hydro plant near Gant, Alabama, the Portland gas turbine at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida, and AEC has shared ownership of the Miller coal-fired plant near Birmingham, Alabama. These generating facilities provide AEC's member systems with over 880 gross megawatts of generating capacity. Using approximately 2,000 miles of transmission line and over 170 substations, AEC supplies our member systems with reliable and economical electrical power. But how is electricity generated? It all starts with a fuel. Coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear, hydro, and solar are the primary fuels used in generating electricity. Coal is the most frequent choice of fuels for electrical generation. More than half the electricity generated in the United States is produced from coal-fired generation. At the Lohman Power Plant, named after retired AEC Executive Vice President and General Manager Charles R. Lohman, electricity is generated by burning coal. Lohman Unit 1 began operations in 1969. In 1974, construction started on Units 2 and 3. These two units were brought online in 1979 and 1980. Through upgrades and more efficient operating procedures, the gross capacity of Lohman has risen from 532 megawatts to over 600 megawatts. The first step in generating electricity begins miles away from the plant in coal fields. Most of the coal burned at the Lohman Power Plant comes from North Alabama, where AEC maintains coal leases. Coal can be shipped to the Lohman plant by barge and rail. This flexibility in transportation was a major factor in plant siting. Transportation options give AEC an additional avenue in holding down the cost of generating electricity. Coal arriving at the Lohman plant is unloaded at the ready pile or to the stockpile. AEC holds a minimum of a 60-day reserve of coal in the event of a crisis. Coal is taken from the ready pile by conveyor belts to a pulverizer unit. Here, the coal is crushed to the consistency of face powder. Coal crushed to this size will burn more efficiently than larger chunks of coal. After it's pulverized, the coal is blown into boilers and burned, creating a temperature of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. This high temperature boils thousands of gallons of water into steam with a temperature of 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and a force of 1,800 pounds per square inch. The steam passes through the turbine with enough force to turn the generator 3,600 revolutions per minute. After passing through the generator turbine, The steam is cooled down and once more becomes water. The water is then sent to boilers to start the cycle all over again. This simplified diagram shows the basic steps in the coal-fired generating process. The steam from the boiler turns the turbine turns the generator, and the generator produces electricity. AEC's dedication to protecting the environment is evident at the Loman Power Plant. It was the first coal-fired plant in Alabama to install electrostatic precipitators and absorber towers to clean smokestack emissions. This equipment removes harmful byproducts caused from burning coal. It cost $40 million when installed in the 1970s, which is about 15% of the total cost of the plant. The Loman Power Plant generates electricity at approximately 22,000 volts. Before the electricity can effectively travel over AEC's transmission lines, it first must be increased to approximately 230,000 volts. This is done at the switchyard located next to the plant. Once the electricity is increased to approximately 230,000 volts, it then moves over transmission lines to transmission substations. These substations reduce large amounts of power for transmission to distribution substations. At the distribution substation, the voltage is reduced to an even lower level. Electricity, as it is generated, could not be transmitted directly to your home at such a high voltage. It must be reduced to a usable voltage for your home appliances. From the distribution substation, electricity is moved over distribution lines along streets and roads in your neighborhood or community. Before the electricity enters your home, the current is reduced to a lower voltage by distribution transformer. It reduces the electricity to 120-240 volts, the voltage used in your home. Providing reliable electricity requires a complex monitoring system to control the electricity from the generating plant to the various delivery points. This is the task of AEC's Energy Control Center, often referred to as the heartbeat of AEC. The Energy Control Center operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. AEC's generation and transmission grid must be monitored around the clock to effectively meet the power needs of AEC's member systems. A visible part of providing reliable electricity to your home is filled by your local distribution cooperative or municipal system, which purchases electricity at a wholesale cost from AEC and delivers it to its members. These distribution cooperatives and municipal systems are responsible for building and maintaining the distribution substations and lines that supply electricity to homes and businesses. As a member of a distribution cooperative, you share ownership of the cooperative and have a voice in its operations. Members elect a board of directors and have a voice in other decisions affecting the cooperative. AEC generates electricity for its member systems, who in turn deliver the electricity to their consumers at the lowest possible cost. This is the cooperative concept, working together to provide electricity to you when you need it. Think about that the next time you flip a switch.